Hey everyone. There we go. I'll wait for a few minutes for everyone to get in here. Or for a few everywhere. Anyway, not everyone can get in, of course. So, it's another amazing day, I will say. Ah, my beloved Femka is here. Thank you. So, hello everyone, and what I just did is with this video, and I believe for the first time ever, for any financial support for our mission, I have put the PayPal links in the description and also in the comments. And what I wish to do is speak a little bit about our mission and the reason why we request funding for it. So, having said that, and hello everyone, woo! So, having said that, my and Femka's mission is connected to all of your missions as well. So, when I come on here, I am only, let's say, one that is connected to many upon the planet, and we are all joining together in this full mission, if you will, and it's for humanity. It's not for self, as many of you know, and perhaps if there's new ones watching, this is what we call a selfless mission for humanity and for the ascension, to take in the least humanity out of the darkness and up into the higher levels of existence. So the mission is extensive with what we're doing because it deals with creation. And for I, speaking, yes, about myself and my abilities and my status upon the planet, I am connected into the main frame, if you will, of all beliefs upon the planet. For it is all beliefs that contribute and create reality. So, for the divine being that I am, it is important that I have some form of connection with all of the major beliefs upon the planet and at least some sort of integration. And this also holds true with Femka, uh, my divine partner, my divine other part of the soul, if you will. So we are working as a team. We came together approximately maybe 20 months ago uh, to take on a more important role upon the planet with advancing this mission forward. And it is indeed through the love that we do uplift and cure, if you will, humanity. We cure them out of the savage state, which they were in. And when I say savage, it is because of, the old rule and how it had suppressed and contained humanity. So we work on many levels, and we do divine activations, for everything is indeed energy. And what controls all energy is the spark of Creator. That is the catalyst. And this is how we, let's say, do a lot of our energetic work by just being and creating that spark within. It sets things in motion. And for the most part, what I have been setting in motion since 2011 is events. And events are important to set these in motion to deliver an outcome. And as you see, my hand is going upwards because if you look back here in 2011, many tributaries and timelines had to be initiated and catalyzed to create the events for where we're at now. So you see a steady incline upward, which is very impressive. And again, as I said, I'm not here upon the planet alone. There are, at this time, over 4 million of us that are in very appreciable states, creator states, and states of being, and the levels that we're able to create from. So we all create as a team, but it's also important in gathering the human souls and all of these other beliefs out here and converging them into one. And now the dynamics of doing that is an extensive process. Some things you need to interact with ones in these other beliefs, if you will, to begin to connect so that you can create a resonance, a calibration to align everyone, all of the creators into one direction. And then we create the different reality all together. And this is why it's so essential that Femke and I are integrated into all of the main beliefs at very appreciable levels as well to assist our divine comrades and uplift. And there is no race nor creed, no race with this. We are divine souls, meaning that in India there are divine souls, in Russia, in China. We are all souls. So we are here to perform a very divine, important mission, which we are doing. So we do divine activations, Femke and I. We very modestly, if you will, we exist, and this pertains to why we ask only when we need it funding, and we exist very modestly. We do eat pretty good organic food when we can get it, and of course we do not eat very much, but our existence here now is very simple. We stay in a camper that Femke had bought out of the money that she had left, or at least for the most part when she had separated, if you will. And so that has provided us mobility, and if you wish, that is Femke's contribution, to the mission as well. So we have that, which is great, and we stay in a little camper for two, which is beautiful, and we call her Pip. And our main expense is what we have is just the phone, if you will. We do need to pay a phone bill and eat, and there is tobacco. That is one thing that it is essential, at least yet, for this body. It does serve divine purposes, even though one might go, ooh, no, there is deeper meanings and reasons for it. But for the most part, when we need to travel, we need the fuel to pay for that, and to pay for our food, and mostly the internet. So you can see it's very conservative, and I really only put out funding just when we need it, and so I put it out now to see if we collect a bit to get going forward. Now, having said this, it is also important as part of the divine mission that ones, when they do, contribute, because there is that energetic connection. So we let's say, take donations, because when one feels to donate to the mission as they are part of it, it comes from the heart. So it's also, let's say, it energizes the mission as well to keep things going forward, which is all pure. Uh, it's pure and absent of any commercialization, any greed, any um, capitalism from the old, because we're here to take that commerce and capitalism out of the equation. So all Femke and I ever require is, if you will, the basic needs just to keep us going forward while we are doing our energetic work. Now, both of us are very capable, and to speak for myself, I am skilled in so many things. And, believe me, what we're doing this mission for is actually not for money. If we were just human here doing this for money, I would not need to do this. I am doing a divine mission, and it needs to be supported by those that are in alignment with it, which it is. So having said that, and this is why I put in the comments and why I'm speaking about it now, our mission. Now, also with our mission, we assist individuals, and believe me, when Femke and I get up, in the morning, or if it's dinner time, if you will, because we don't usually go to bed until maybe 2, 3 a.m. in the morning. Um, we're always doing something to assist, humanity. I receive many messages. Femke receives messages. We're also putting out, purveying information online. And of course, what we do is so extensive that online, you're only seeing a smidgen, a tidbit of what we actually do. And again, we keep so busy with so many things. So, having said that, GPMS, the Global People's Monetary System and Simplified Law, is the divine plan. It is the deliverance of humanity from the evil control of money to the prosperous. And I won't use control, it's to prosperity, what liberates humanity. So it is open and upward, so that eventually humanity very quickly realizes they don't need money at all to exist. And they realize the cumbersome aspect and hindering aspect of the way the monetary system was today. And so it's the GPMS and simplified law. I need to emphasize that at this time, because what's included in divine law is your unalienable rights that you have, that no government or nor anyone else can really take them away unless you approve of it and you accept them running over you, and if you consent to them taking your power and your rights away, then yeah, they'll take them, But we are in the great times that they don't take them, and that they can't anymore. And this is also in part and parcel with this ascension. And it's about advancing humanity forward and breaking all of the chains of restriction. And of course, everyone's rights, if you will, has been tried to the limit at this most glorious time, with all of the mandates and proposed measures that the governments, try to coerce upon you. But it's having the great divine effect in advancing humanity forward, but it's creating the unity, which is so great, to enact the unalienable rights as a whole and the new law upon the planet. And again, this is harmony for all of the people and what we're doing. And it also, by flipping the tables on the old power regimes and the old money control, but by making money, uh, let's say, available to all and in a prosperous way, it actually cures all of these that are in stress. So, with one thing, by what we're all doing, by everyone joining together, it creates the stress free new. And very quickly, that eliminates sickness, and it also delivers the atmosphere for all to heal in. So, yes, there is healing to be done to get out of the density, but at least by all of us that are sent here, divine ones that know who we are from Creator, we're here to create the atmosphere for humanity to heal quickly. Humanity cannot heal down in here where they're suppressed and controlled by a nefarious, malevolent intent. They just stay here circling. They cannot heal. Perhaps, yeah, individually one could pop up and heal, but that would take eons of time. So the most logical, common sense, and also spiritual and divine sense is we have the full capacity, the full potential, the full ability in this now to create the beautiful healing atmosphere for humanity and for to advance humanity forward. And yes, the human experience, whatever you wish to label it or look at it as, it doesn't matter. What matters is that we take humanity forward now. And the stage is perfectly set and divinely guaranteed that we do. And this is the reason I'm here upon the planet. This is the reason that Femke's here. This is the reason all of you are here. So we're here to do this together. So with the mission, yes, if it was just Rick to do this mission, um, I wanted to do it on my own when I began, but Father said no, it cannot be done that way. And it was divinely assured that what it takes is everyone contributing to it in some way, shape, and form to take the mission forward. And it's because it's not about one, it's about all of us and transitioning humanity. So, this is the real way that creation works, and it's very beautiful by design, and it's designed that way because it takes all of us to take humanity forward. There was many good variations out there of good intents, again, to take humanity forward. However, those were in vain. They never came to fruition. And again, without rambling too much, the reason is because it takes everyone united, and the people claiming the stewardship, the guardianship of the entire infrastructure upon the planet. Enough is enough, the way that it was. For the darkness to use money as a control mechanism to deprive ones and make one sick and keep them in misery. So we flip the tables, and part of this mission is, the important part is to deliver humanity into providence. And I use some biblical terms as well because, contained within all religions and beliefs, for the most part, are the valuable stepping stones, the guidances. And even though, let's say, all of religion has been manipulated, all beliefs, yes, but there are still goodies in there, fundamentals. There is also prophecy that you see playing out. So this tells you that there is at least some validity to these religious beliefs and what have you. So they do pertain to this now. But again, one of the things is do not get lost into the past and, let's say, what went wrong over the last 2,000 years. It's not about that. It was divinely designed to be that way, to allow for this great time which is here now, to advance humanity forward. So we don't need to look back. The answers are not there. The answers are here in this now to take humanity forward. And this is where the focus is to be onto that. So with that, thank you for listening to that. So if anyone feels compelled to assist, to donate with the mission, this is what we're doing for all of humanity, and of course many other things. We work on an individual basis and assist ones when we can. So we're always doing something. But the biggest thing right now is GPMS, and what we have. It is an entity. It is an energetic entity, also a divine energetic entity that has been created in this reality. And because of the light, what it is the priority that directs all of the timelines to converge into it. And this creates the new reality for humanity. And, the stages are perfectly set with so many, leaving their jobs and seeing, you can call it insane, what the governments have been trying to do with people, but it's all part of the divine plan to get the people to stand. And so, there is the real beauty in everything that's transpiring. And believe me, as you know, it's happening rapidly. Every day you're seeing more and more come to the streets. And it's beautiful. And, I sit here, but again, I'm not alone. I'm with all of you. Femke and I, we are with all of you, but we're not alone. And what I need to say, we do have what you can say a galactic unit that many, if not all of you, know of its existence. I am a commander of the galactics as well. So this is one of the reasons why I sit here as well. I know who I am. I know who the connections are that we have, as well as the angelics, the angels and archangels, and I know who I am, and I know what I'm here for. And our connections are great. And again, nothing stops this ascension. It's all written in stone. There may be what looks like little hurdles or little negative things, but they are guidance mechanisms to steer this full ascension forward. And during the course of this, the stronger ones that are, let's say, meant to be the way showers, in the beginning, they need to understand, which they do, to do that inner work that empowers them and uplifts them into their divinity. So it is very important to do that, and which within each one, when they accomplish that inner work, it uplifts the whole. It is rippled out and affects the whole, and also causes upward consciousness shift. And everything is divinely timed with it. So it is occurring, and it does work great. Right now, Eva, thank you. Is this coming through good for all of you, what I've been saying? Is it fluent? Thanks. Okay, thanks, brother. So, again, everything is ascertained, and the importance, everything is ascertained, the ascension. And it's guaranteed. So the thing is to guarantee it even more. Each one of you have no fear whatsoever. Know that there is a divine plan, is what's actually occurring upon the planet. And have no fear and keep that trust in it. Keep that trust in yourself and your connection to Creator and all that it is. All that is. So, these are very important things, and have no doubt whatsoever. I speak from a position here that it it's easy for I have no doubt, and I speak and converse directly with Father and many more of the angelic and galactic realms. There is no doubt. It's part of the mission. It's part of what I do. So I sit here and I share with you and I purvey with you all of these truths. And, let's say some of the prophetics that I have shared in the past, you have seen for the most part all of them come true. But not all, because there is also reasons for some of them not to come through when they were, let's say, when I said possibly. So it's important also to use your discernment feature, and when I write something, look at the wording of it as well, so that you don't jump to conclusions or a preconceived notion. And, in the early parts of one's learning this, they'll do it, they'll jump to a certain conclusion which gets them kind of off, but it needs to occur for them. So everything is divine. With what any of us do, when you're in your heart, you do no wrong. There is no wrong. It's only the tests and the lessons and the mastery that comes with it, so that you upgrade yourself to another level. But by doing that, it is affected into the whole, and we keep shifting everything forward and higher vibration. So, and you have all the tools to do that. Each one, it is important with your diets, what you have in the bodies. If it wasn't important, you would not have been guided nor shown that. So, this is a fact as well. So everyone follow your guidance with that. There are variations. There is a uniqueness, if you will, with certain divine paths. So that's why there is not a total construct, a total, what is the word? Anyways, what I am saying, nothing is really written in stone with the guidelines of how you must go. So there are variables with it because of the uniqueness of the individual. However, although there may be variables here, again, it all converges up here, and that's what's occurring, where there is unity and everyone arrives at the same place. So their paths may differ, and yes, they do, but eventually and rapidly everyone gets there. So you can see many things setting up. We have our beautiful sun is producing some very good energies, intense, yes, and it's doing amazing things. So there is the transmuting, the purging, as the light, white light is delivered also in more than one shape and form. It's compressing the density layer, and everyone that's in that, then they must begin to transmute. They become pressured, and it's also divinely administered to get them to stand up as well when ones cannot take it anymore, being suppressed, and it makes them stand as well to begin to have a more of a forward effect on creation and reality. So we are in huge transition upon the planet. And, you know, at this time, just one of you affects millions, if you will, and really you affect it all. So this is why you don't need a lot of uh, really awakened ones, because you are co-creators, and you're very powerful. So once you are in your mastery, your effects on reality is very significant. And this is also why with GPMS and what we're doing, yes, indeed, humanity is ready for it. And when it first came out, and even prior, I said 2 months. I remain adamant with 2 months. Yes, it can still be done. And, we're seeing the tide turn in going towards GPMS. And this is so beautiful with everyone that joins. It's strengthening that energetic presence of what it is. It is creating that timeline for more to see, and it's making it bigger. And so it is occurring. And so we have many good things that that is all divinely set up to be this, and to affect the good reality. And again, this is why we are here. We're not here to like some say, sit under a tree and try to imagine the good reality, as most of those that try to do it, they can sit under a tree with a great world, but when they get up out of the tree, perhaps to go somewheres to get something to eat, they may see a child uh, starving or what have you, and they can quickly see that they did not change the reality to all good. So we have to do it manually, and a new word, femininely. So both ways, and this is what we got to do, the masculine and the feminine. We got to do the physical material stuff as well, and we need to let our presence be shown. And this is why I put up the post today about humility, just to enlighten one's more to actually what humility is. It's great to be modest. However, there comes a time when you must rise above that humility, for that can keep you, as I said in the post, and it can keep you in a closet, keep you separated from your power and from your divine potential. And you need to be not encapsulated by the fear and kept in a closet. You need to be right out here for everyone to see what you're doing. And in that way, we get it done quicker as well, because then you're connecting with the others and making the huge light grid network that lifts all. But if you're remaining because of being humble or whatever, and not fully stepping into your divine prowess, then you will tend to become a hindrance as well. When we have others that are trying to, uh, I shouldn't say trying, when you have the other ones that are lifting reality up. So the more that joins it and comes out of the closet, the greater the lift, and also the sudden shifts in consciousness also occurs, because we shift the planetary vibration up into the atmosphere where that occurs. We create the higher vibration environment for it to occur. So yeah, this is a clarion call again, if you will, or a reminder for everyone. Get out here, show yourself and do yourself. Don't let anyone else say who you are or who you are not. You know who you are in your connection to Creator, and do not let anyone suppress you. each one is given their own guidance on how to go forward and proceed. And we share the ways that we know, the ways that works, and we purvey the divine knowledge to all, because these are the tools to raise everyone up, and it's shared. Again, I do not charge. Femke and I do not charge a monetary fee for this. Everything is free, what we put out there for others. Because, again, it's not about those old suppressive ways with what money does. And we share freely. And this is the new world that we're creating. This is what the new world is, sharing, caring, assisting everyone with no poverty, no lack, no misery. So we wipe it all out. And what else can I say here before I go? I can look at a couple questions. Anyone have a couple quick questions I can look at, but I wish to keep this short. And I see, you can see the spheres, around, let's see, the camera's a little bit backwards, and the spheres, as I mentioned before, they are an important level of knowledge. For some of you perhaps may already know some of the fundamentals, but for more, you'll be introduced into more of what that is with creation as well. So, any questions? I see Heather Houston at the bottom with 3 beautiful purple hearts. What I wish to share tonight, the energies are very easily seen in the skies, and just before sunset, the beautiful love, pink energy, and the purple transmuting, and you could see the darker energies being transmuted then into the purple, if you will, and into the pink. So beautiful divine process occurring for sure in these great times. So, any questions on anything? Looks like we might only have 22 viewers, but that's perfect. I love the number 22. And if there isn't any questions, and let me have a look, and if nothing comes up here, I can keep this short. What I will say, with what everyone has been feeling, yes, the sleep periods are important. Lay down when you can and when you must. Do not force yourself against it, because these are also important activations, which is these are the energy coming in is activating your crystalline quotient higher and higher. It's very rapidly advancing the organic vessel, and so everything has been expedited with this. So many, are feeling, maybe you're feeling sick or what have you, but really what's occurring, you're being upgraded very rapidly, and this is widespread. You'll see even in the spiritual ascended masters, teachers community, you'll see ones also, that are having symptoms. So this is all part of the upgrades, and know that you all, for the most part, get over that. And so there's the upgrades, and also assuring the inner work gets done. So anything within you that needs to be activated, that's a hindrance, that is on the fear spectrum, This is the great time, if it comes up, to eradicate that as well, because the more of your mastery at eradicating any of the fear spectrum, you rise up more and more in your power, more in your trust, more in your knowing, and more into the divine information stream. You open yourself up, because it is the fear and the density that blocks you from it, and it keeps you here. So it's important. This is why your inner work at mastering the fear spectrum is so important, so that you rise in your divine power and, let's say, get your spark back, your divine spark, which then interacts with creation, and it's part of your co-creator tool. But you cannot have that full spark if you are still controlled by the fear dense emotions, actions, and reactions. Because up here, with your full power, we do not want to contaminate it with any of the old. The old, and on the fear spectrum, is impatience, anger, even expectation, trying to control things, being agitated by another, worry, uncertainty, doubt. These are all fear related, so they need to be replaced with trust and the knowing. But once you begin, you're uplifted. So when you no longer worry, you're uplifted a notch. So as you keep working on all of these, you keep raising higher and higher. So that's why your inner work is important, because energies in this reality, energy is dense. But once that's no longer a part of you, the dense negative actions and reactions and emotions, then you rise up. And that's why it's so important. Sharon asked, is there any new update, I believe she means, coming up on any galactic issues? Well, with ones, you can see what we had did, I think, about a week ago. One of the things is that galactics were requested by I and others to assist with creating a more energized atmosphere to uplift the consciousness. And as many of you can see, within one day or about one day after that, it's being energized from the sun, but also by electrical actions and reactions in the atmosphere. One place, I believe, was off Australia, that there was quite an electrical storm as well. But these are confirmations of it actually being applied. So the galactic assistance is here, and there is direct divine intervention where needed in certain circumstances, especially if with the children. Meaning that if there is something against the children that is not, let's say, acceptable to universal law, then there can be the divine intervention to assure that the children are safe from harm. And also, having said this, what's occurring at an accelerating rate is any that's enforcing or attempting to intimidate or coerce a nefarious intent upon others. There is the multiple immediate backlash of karma, if you wish to call it that, a backlash of negativity. So the ones that are attempting to impose something upon, let's say, God's children or a human soul, they're actually becoming inundated with much negative things, what they attract. They actually create the wrath of God upon them, which is the negative wrath. But they do it. It's because it's their decision. So they actually judge themselves, and they create that wrath upon them by not making the right choices. And in this time with the human souls that have been complacent and really not stepping up, they are divinely forced so to do. And again, what very well can occur if it is required that the entire electrical grid upon the planet can be shut down. And one of the reasons why is to rustle ones out, to stir ones out of the complacency and the comfort zones they are in. So it's very possible that this can occur as well. So, has this been going pretty well? Is the feed going well? Can someone just mention in the comments, please? Thank you. Okay, I'm just waiting to see if anyone mentions in the comments that this is going good. If not, I'll end this. So that is okay. Thanks, Scott, brother. So good to see you. Yeah, I was thinking about you just about a week ago as well. Yeah, Marinella. So, any quick questions before I go here? I was rambling about many things, and of course, there's so much happening at this time that I didn't make a list. I just like coming on and speaking more so uh, from what comes in divinely. So I didn't make a list of topics to touch on because again it's so extensive at this time, and I wanted to focus on how everything is going very good, and we are going forward, and I got company coming, so this is great. Love and light, much gratitude to you all, and the unity and the victory and the peace is so important. And kisses and many winks. We got this, and we always did, and now we're seeing it come to fruition. So love and light and gratitude from Femke and I, and have an amazing morning, day, night, wherever you may be. Woohoo!